the number of hair falling is less than 60 to 70, it is a natural hair loss, and when it goes above 100, then only we label it as obvious pathological hair loss. Hello, I am Dr. Vinay Koparkar, founder Papillon Hair World. I am doing medical practice for more than 30 years and treating hair loss problems. In this video series, I am trying to answer all the commonest questions asked by my many patients. Today, I am going to take another question: how to identify the hair loss? Or is there any way by which we can identify the hair loss even at home? So let us try to understand whether we can identify the hair loss or not. First, try to understand the hair cycle. Every hair goes in from three phases. One, anagen phase, second, catagen phase, and third, telogen phase. In anagen phase, almost 80 to 85% of the hair always remains, and in telogen, hardly 10 to 15% of the hair are in telogen phase. So, very easy, when more hair, the hair more than 10% enters into the telogen phase, you start looking at the obvious hair loss. So, just remember, till the time the number of hair falling is less than 60 to 70, it is a natural hair loss, and when it goes above 100, then only we label it as obvious pathological hair loss. So, is there any way by which we cannot count the number? So, is there any way by which we can indirectly realize whether it is a hair loss or hair fall? Yes. Simply by observations also, you will be able to understand whether you have got a hair loss or not. So, what we can do? Just remember, there are simple ideas like, if you realize the hair on a pillow, it is a sign of a hair loss. If you find the hair even on a laptop or even on a reading book, it is a significance that you may have got the hair loss. Third, when you comb the hair, if you are combing the hair more than 5-6 times, if you see 10 to 15 hair at every combing, then you just get the idea that there is a probability of a hair loss. Fourth, most important, when you towel the hair after the bath, when you take out the towel, if you find more than 20-25 hair on the towel, just remember, it is a significant number to consider it as a hair loss. And in females, the last one is when you remove the rubber band which you use for fixing up the ponytail, and if you find lots of hair to the hair band, remember, it is the characteristic sign that you are having hair loss. Now, is there a test by which we can realize whether it is a hair loss or not? Yes, there is a test. The test is called as a pull test. What we do into this pull test? Just try to pull a bunch of the hair from different sides. So when you try to pull the bunch, if you get more than 5 to 6 hair in a bunch very easily, then it indicates that there is a pathological hair loss. If you pull from all the sides, and if you get easy pulling of 5-6 hairs only from the crown area, then it is a male pattern baldness or a female pattern baldness, or remember, it is an androgenic alopecia. And if you find pulling of the hair and coming out of more than 3 hairs from every side, then it is not an androgenic or a male or a female pattern baldness, but it is a condition called as telogen effluvium. Telogen effluvium means more and more hair are entering into the telogen phase because of some obvious pathology other than androgenic alopecia. So why it is important? If you pull the hair and if it comes only from the crown, it is androgenic. Remember, genetic hair loss or androgenic hair loss in male or female is very difficult to treat, and most of the times this hair loss is not reversible. Against this, if you can see the hair coming out, 5-6 hairs coming out from every pulling test from all around the crown area, it is telogen effluvium, and telogen effluvium is normally, it is not androgenic alopecia, but it is because of the many other causes which I mentioned into the previous video, such as hair loss due to mental stress, hair loss due after the pregnancy, postmenopausal hair loss, or maybe because of wrong diet or over processing of the hair. And most important is this telogen effluvium hair loss is a treatable hair loss. All hair always comes back if they are properly treated by the dermatologist. So it's a very easy to find out the hair loss. Just to give you a few hints, more than 100 hair per day is a pathological hair loss where you have to go to the dermatologist and try to start the treatment as early as possible. If you like this video, share it and subscribe to our this video channel. Thank you.